want to talk about the Gospel Music Training Center because we strongly believe that we've got the resource to help thousands of people out there that have always felt like they don't know how to get started with music. They feel like it's too hard. Maybe they've tried before. And people have just made it real boring.
Right.
Real fancy when it don't need to be that way.
Right. Definitely. I mean, we've learned through the School of Hard Knocks. So the best thing that we could do is come up with a faster, easier way to learn how to play the piano. And me, myself, personally, I didn't come up in the era of the internet and YouTube and Google and all these computers and stuff. So everything, every chord, every progression that we learned, it was straight through our ears. And through doing that, we came up with some unique systems to teach you how to play.
Absolutely. And it's all inside of this Gospel Music Training Center. Can y'all go to my computer? Because I kind of want to show some folks what it is. You literally log into this from anywhere in the world and you will see JP. I mean, there's over 600 lessons?
I would say 700.
You said 700 lessons, you all. And here, right, you can see that, on the homepage is always the latest lesson. I mean, we basically teach every song you probably played or heard in church. Not played, but heard in church. Like Intentional, right? See, it shows up. That's a pretty popular song. And then I click search. And then, in just seconds, there's JP here. It's a beginner basement lesson at that. And he's going to be breaking down. Look at him. Right? You're intentional, right? And he always plays it first and he breaks it down step by step. And we've got this thing, and that's just the song lessons. But really for beginners here, because I know you all are starting from the beginning, you'll want to go through our foundational lessons, right? And it's always on the screen at the top. It says foundations, and literally we have it step by step. If you think like fundamental factory, chord county, pattern paradise, song station, ear elevator, and they've got a number of lessons under each. So what we took you through was kind of like lesson 1, maybe lesson 2 of fundamental factory. Like what we kind of did, this little thing we did, it's kind of like that, but you're going to go way deep into it. And you already know our style.
Right. And it's structured. You got tests and quizzes at the end of each of those videos. So we want to definitely make sure that you actually retain this information because this is the foundation of your playing all across the board, from understanding songs and progressions and everything. And once you get this under your belt, you're going to be able to play a lot faster than most people who don't have it.
Absolutely. And that's why you can see progress. We keep up with your progress, based on if you're answering the quizzes correctly. I happen to be 100% because I kind of know this stuff and I went through it, right? And so that's like the foundational lessons. But GMTC is your number one source for learning gospel music from A to Z. Right. And we're not just talking about the easy stuff. You will graduate. And we have seen people go from not knowing anything. We taught them the L shapes and the inverted T's and the black and the white notes, the whole steps, the half steps, the white one, he wear white one, hot, the chords. Like they went step by step. And now they're speaking the language of music, playing it. Some of them are teaching it.
Yes.
Some of them are ministers of music now.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And they're doing it really fast because I communicate with a lot of our students inside the club. So we've been doing this since 2008, and I've seen the progress of certain musicians just grow from not even playing in church to actually gigging and doing things. And they said this has really changed their life from, being able to take what they hear and play it. And then also just be able to provide for their families because music is a way of, work too as well. So there's some great things that are happening, with the Gospel Music Training Center.
Absolutely. So would you allow us just a couple seconds to tell you about GMTC, how you can join it, how cost effective it is? Because people come to us saying, Jermaine, I'm paying a piano teacher $40 a week, and they're still teaching me Mary Had a Little Lamb with one finger. And we already showed you for free at least how to start playing 3 fingers.
I've talked to somebody, they said they were paying their piano teacher $100, and they just said they were about to fire him because they weren't really getting anywhere. And, once you pay that money, you really don't get a return on your investment unless you're practicing it, unless you're actually videotaping your piano teacher. But the thing about the Gospel Music Training Center is you're investing in yourself, and these lessons, you can always go back to them at any time. And that's the big difference between paying an instructor and as for a physical instructor that's going to be there with you and being with us. We're always going to be there with you all the time.
That's true. Because even if they're good,
right,
and you get home, you're like, what just happened? Like,
exactly.
They better send you home with homework.
Yeah.
You better have your own, like, personal recording.
Exactly.
You know, because a lot of people, they go back next week not having as much progress as they would have hoped for.
Right.
And it's another $100. The teacher don't be like, you know what? Since you didn't learn your skills this week, I'm going to delay. You know, no, they need to eat.
Right.
So that must be Hollywood market.
Well,
$100. Even in the Midwest, even $30 a week.
Yeah.
You know, you're paying hundreds a month. So
I don't know where he was from, but he was saying that, he was very frustrated with paying that much money. I myself personally, when I was studying jazz, I had a piano instructor too as well, just to give me some different insight and different perspectives on, the thought process behind jazz music. And I was paying $100 a lesson.
Wow. Yeah, that can be, if you got it, sure, have a private instructor. But when it comes to gospel music, a lot of these instructors, if they are gospel musicians, they came through the school of hard knocks, unfortunately. Right. So a lot of things they teach you won't be systematically. You're not going to be getting why won't he wear white when high. No. You won't be getting 145. You won't have these interesting ways to retain and remember the information.
Right.
And this is a company. We've got the resources. We've got a big team. We've got this studio. We got all these different cameras. This is what we do. Like, we take pride in this kind of instruction.
Very much so.
So allow us to just kind of go through a couple slides here that will really get you introduced to the Gospel Music Training Center, and then it'll be up to you at the end if you want to join us. We'd love to have you in there. We do all kinds of things in the Gospel Music Training Center. Neither you're a GMTC member or you're not. But if you are, oh man, we roll the red carpet out for you, and there's nothing that we don't do for our members. No songs we don't cover, no lessons. We even do technology stuff. All this stuff I don't even know that JP got on the side. We do all that kind of stuff. Yeah. We teach choir kind of stuff. We bring guests in. We got the organ over there. I mean, there's no part of the church service we really don't connect. So how do you ensure, going to my computer, how do you ensure you continually sharpen your craft without spending an arm and a leg? Well, the answer is the Gospel Music Training Center. It boasts over 500 hours. I had to update this. You said 6.
Yeah.
Probably 600 hours of instruction, all aimed specifically for gospel players and taught by gospel players, right? Not a classical teacher buying a gospel book from Guitar Center and teaching you Amazing Grace. This is the real stuff, right? Gospel Music Training Center works even if you've been playing and practicing for years and have been unable to take your skills to a professional sounding level. It works if you have very little musical training, as you saw today, or experience, and you feel that you can't learn successfully without an in-person instructor. We're here to tell you can learn on your computer. You just have to have the right information in the right order. It'll work even if you're a trained sight reader. You come from the other side, and you realize if you're going to play in church, or even if you just want to play what you feel, you can't rely on that sheet music. And so it's for trained sight readers who wrongly believe that you can survive in the church service by getting sheet music to all the songs, because you really can't, especially in charismatic churches. And even if you've had success learning chords and new music on YouTube or something, but you've never reached that professional sounding level because some of the information is missing, and you've been surviving by learning chords from fellow musicians and guessing which chords and notes to play, but you want a systematic way to learn, well, Gospel Music Training Center is for you. I mean, there's so many lessons. I mean, what kind of genres are we talking about? There's not anything we haven't explored. Do you hear, JP, they're in our other studio.
Yeah, I heard it.
Keep it down in there. You know what we doing in there? I don't think we put the webinar on our schedule, so we probably got some people mixing and all that kind of stuff. But this is a real business. This is what we do.
It's what we do. We love it. We love it.
So tell us about some of the genres, subgenres of gospel music in there.
Well, when you think about gospel music, you have many different genres. You have traditional, you have contemporary, you have CCM, you have
contemporary
worship.
Christian music.
Contemporary Christian music. You have worship. So what we do is make sure that we mix it up from week to week, where you get balance. For someone who needs worship, there's over 700 lessons in here. So going back to when we first started, if you need worship, or you need contemporary, it's broken down into different segments. So you can actually use something called tags. And with the tags, what that allows you to do is search for certain lessons within a certain tag. So if you want a contemporary lesson, you click on the tag and it'll take you to all the contemporary lessons. If you need something traditional and you're more of a traditional old school player and you want to grow within that genre, you can click on the traditional tag and that'll take you to all the traditional songs. If you need worship and you want to get more perspectives on different chords and voicings for worship, you can do that too as well. So we don't leave any stone untouched. We try to cover everything that you need to make you a strong playing gospel musician.
Yep. And you speak of the organization, how we tag everything. We even
Right.
tag it by key. So like if you're like, I really want to get good in C major or, F major, or you now know your flat. So A flat, right? I want to get good in A flat. You can go find songs and lessons specifically for those keys.
For anything that you need.
Yep. So back to my presentation, right? We got weekly song lessons. And like JP said, we got like 700 past ones that you can go through. But then every week, we're always updating it. So we're putting new lessons in. Weekly song lessons teaching you basic and, once you're ready, advanced approaches to learning songs. And I keep putting this 500 in here. I got to update. Remind me to update that because the last time I did this webinar, it was 200 hours ago.
Oh, yeah.
And obviously we keep adding lessons. So, and we also do, it was a long time ago when I last did this. We also do live training.
Yes.
Right?
I definitely think that's one thing that separates, us from anybody that wants to teach you or put you into their program. We actually give you the opportunity to access questions and interact with us. We don't just sign you up and then say, hey, go on your way, find all the lessons you need, and that's it. No, you actually can communicate with us because we really care. We want you to grow. We want you to succeed. And I'm always inside the Gospel Music Training Center talking to people, Jermaine too as well. But we have a designated time for you to talk to us either on the phone or you can actually post your questions on the web. But then, we have that, and it's considered to be the live training.
Yep, live training. We do it every other week. So there's always a time you could come on and you got us live. JP said earlier, we got quizzes and things set up because we want to make sure you understand the material. So there's like hundreds of questions on the interactive quizzes that will make sure you have a strong understanding. And we give away free software, like Song Tutor's in there. And the cool thing about it is Song Tutor takes song files, these certain kind of files. JP, as if it weren't enough, he includes the song files, and then we give you the software that we develop. Like I said, this is what we do, right? And I think, I have Song Tutor right here. Amazing Grace, right? If I click play, see? Y'all hear that?
Yeah, look at it.
I can slow it down. Look how slow we can go. Look how slow that is, because I changed the tempo, right? I can even walk through the song step by step. See how I'm doing that? I'm just pressing this button. So Song Tutor is an additional resource that will load on your computer, and even the lessons inside of GMGC can be opened in Song Tutor. And you could literally slow songs down. You could change the key. So if I want to learn Amazing Grace in the next key, like D, I can learn it because those are different countries. I can learn it in G, different I can learn it in all the countries. And I can be able to say hello no matter where I am. I'm a globe trotter. A lot of musicians, they can only play in one country.
Right.
And so if they go to another country, they're lost. That's not good for church. You got to be able to play because
Definitely not.
there's all keys in church.
All keys, and you never know what could happen in a church service, and it's always spontaneous moments that happen. So you want to make sure that you're able to play in all your keys, in all your countries, and you do it fluently because, like we said, music is a language, and you want to be able to speak it fluently.
Absolutely. So we have an offer for you. We hope that those who are, serious and passionate about this will take us up because, like I said, there's no substitute for this online resource. And there's a reason we've been around for so many years. Since the year 2000 doing this, you don't stay that many years, with something that's just a hobby. This is a real serious thing for us. We've taught musicians in over 103 countries, and people come to us from everywhere. So everything that you're going to get is right here on the screen: weekly video lessons, live training, digital products, foundational lessons, quizzes. You get to interact in a chat room and private message with other members around the world, free song learning software. I didn't even put the 700 hours. That's the training, right? The 700 hours of training, traditional, contemporary, urban, CCM, and 3 months in the Gospel Music Training Center is normally $111. That's for 3 months.
That's for 3 months.
So from here, 3 months, $111. Because you guys are on this webinar with us, here's what we are offering. It's only $94, right? And that's per quarter. So you can stay quarter to quarter. We like real school, right? This is 1 quarter, like semester, quarter. And then if you want to move on to the next quarter, you tell us, you want to move on to the next quarter. You want to stay. It's our hope. People stay with us for life. Once they get in, they say, I want to always be connected to this. Because I'm going to go spend it at McDonald's, Chipotle. If I go spend it watching, Denzel, we both love Denzel. We love to take our wives. But this is something you really want to do? $94 for something you really want to do for 3 months? Right. And we paying instructors, if we want to learn jazz from a pro, we paying people $100. People in Hollywood paying $100 a lesson.
For an hour. 1 hour.
700 hours, 3 months, $94. Drop in the bucket.
And get access to everything. I mean, you can't lose, because whatever you need, whether it be traditional, gospel, any area, whether Oregon, we have organ lessons too as well. You can't lose. And like we said, we're going to be here with you. So we'll never leave you, as long as you don't leave us. All
right. 3 months. Get your quarterly membership. Now, if 3 months if you can't do that, we have another option, but it's gonna be more like the $111, because that's the $37 a month. Right. A lot of people, they want to save even more money, because 37 is 111. You can get that knocked down to 94, locked in for life. As long as you want to stay with the 94, you're locked in. So you can either lock in today at the 94, or you could click and get the 37. Both options are available when you click the button. It should be on the screen. It should, okay, it's on there. Just click it, and you pick the option that's good for you. No pressure. If you can't do it right now, it's okay. You can always call us too. The number to the department, 1-877. Can we type this in the chat room as well? 1-877-856-4187. And right when you hear it, press 807. And then that'll take you to somebody. If you just want to talk to somebody, they can get you going as well. But easiest option is just the 94 a quarter. And you are in there. You get to see JP every single week. Come on, somebody. You can't. Where else can you do that? 700 hours. And just think of a song. Like, it's probably in there. I'm going to go back. Put some songs in the chat room. I can't see. I see it on my phone here. But just let me log in. What are some songs have been covered, JP? Somebody put He Lives. Is that in there?
Yeah, that's a traditional song.
Let's see. He Lives. Yeah, you got a part 1 and you got a band. That means you got like a full band?
Oh, yeah, that's another thing that we didn't talk about. So for those of you who are looking to play in a band situation that, or trying to get more advanced. I know some of you might be beginners, but there are different levels where, you have different approaches. Some people play at a church where it's just them. It's just them as a keyboard player and a drummer, or maybe an organ player and a drummer. But some people want to learn how to play with a bass player, which is a totally different approach. So we have the approach where you play 2-hand chord voicings, and then we also have backing tracks that allows you to play as if you were playing in a band situation. So like Jermaine said, we have the band version, and then we also have the version where if you play it by yourself.
Now, I don't want to scare y'all, because I don't know, if this might not be a beginner lesson. I'm recommending y'all start with beginners because that's what this webinar is about. But here's where you can get to. This is some of our members have gotten JP going traditional. My grandma have her church hat on. Okay, so we got traditional. Y'all give me some other stuff. Trying to see, somebody said, I Will Trust. You got that one in there?
Yeah, that's a nice worship song, slow. I think that's a
We have that in there?
Yeah, I Will Trust, yeah.
Let me see. Y'all just playing. They saying, y'all don't got that many songs in there. Well, okay, I Will Trust. Let's see, and that, you said that's a slow worship song? Mm-hmm. Did you play on it?
Yeah, it's great for beginners too.
Really? Let me see. I hear some major chords in there. Yeah. It's just in the country.
That's very similar to what we've been going over.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay. I'm gonna just see one more. What I see? Great and Mighty is He. Mm-hmm. You got that one?
Yeah, that's a nice up-tempo song.
Let me see. I'm just gonna type great because you don't have to know the exact title. If I type great, wow, we got great is your mercy. How great is our God? Great is thy faithfulness. Nobody greater.
You should put "and" for that one.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Too many greats.
Too many greats in there, man. And then we search for that. Oh, okay. So I have to unlock it, which is you get points. We have a point system. It's real organized. It's really cool. JP did this fancy logo.
No, that's not the one.
That's not Great and Mighty?
No, that's the older one. Great and Mighty is He. That's a different one.
I like this one too.
Yeah.
And you can see how far we've come. Now, this lesson was done in 2013. We've been out for a while. And but now look at our studio. Look at what the Lord has done.
Thank you.
But in a serious way, that's why we have to charge a membership because it's no way. This is not a nonprofit. Like, I wish you could go get a grant, but the government ain't giving grants for, so I haven't seen them for the Gospel Music Training Center.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
You know, I don't know if they separate state and church, but, you know, this is something that we say, what is a fair rate for all the technology, keeping these lights on? You should see what the studio looks like. And, you know, there's people in the other room that have to like switch the cameras. There's people, there's families involved with this. So, you know, $94 for 3 months, that allows all the economics to work and us to keep upgrading our stuff. But then that allows you to get great value. And I like to say, if you're playing and if you're learning and you got something to work on every day, and it's because you're logged into our thing here, and to me, it's worth every penny. Like when your spouse looks at you and says, or if you're a female, and says, baby, I guess you could say, yeah. And they say, baby, you sounding good over there. And it's all your hard work coming out. And it's not very many things that gives you the reward of creating something your own. Poets, you know, watching your poem, you know, the face and the spirit of people change when they hear your poem. And what they'd be like this. You know, a musician watching people blessed by your music, a painter watching people behold the beauty of your work. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. So you're in the right place. You just got to get the right instruction. You got to get it in the right order. And you got to get it from the right people.
At the right time.
At the right time. And we think that this is the answer. So get in, stop playing, get in. And like my grandma said, what she said? She said, put up or shut up. And that's kind of like the hard truth. It's like, you've been thinking about this for a while. I don't think this just hit you, right? This is your desire. You know, when is that going to meet commitment? And that's the first level. You can commit to GMTC, get in at least 3 months. The reason why I recommend 3 months, because that's what it takes, at least to get that momentum.
Right.
You try to start and stop. You know, you're not going to build that momentum, enough speed to break through. the gravitational forces. Like a rocket ship, it uses half of its gas just to, boom, break through Earth's gravity. That's what you kind of got to do with your plane. You got to 3 months. That's why I'm asking you to commit to 3 months today. And 3 months from now, you don't have to go to the next quarter with us if you don't want to. If you look back and your spouse is saying, look, I ain't seeing these chords come out right, then that's okay. But you have to be able to look back and say, I tried. I gave this a shot. And that's what we're offering on this webinar. Yep. So are there any questions? If you guys have any questions, you can post them and we will get to them. Somebody says, what is the ratio of beginner lessons to advanced? You have that offhand?
We definitely have a good balance. When you think about beginners to advanced, I think it depends on the person and what they're capable of doing. So some worship songs could even be considered to be something that a beginner can tackle. So one thing about being a beginner is that you don't want to be scared of certain songs because sometimes they might sound a lot harder than what they really are. But what we take pride in doing is slowing things down and breaking them down to the point where it doesn't matter what level you're on. You should be able to practice and learn them, taking your time, but you definitely want to get it if you definitely take your time with each lesson.
Mm-hmm. Somebody says, do we accept PayPal? They click. Well, for this, we have to have a credit card on file, so if you choose to do monthly, we don't want to have extra accounting and stuff. That's how we keep our price low. We don't want to be sending out bills in the mail. This is the internet. Right? So we automatically do it. It keeps things easy. Mm-hmm. So we have your credit card on file and we bill it. Now, when you want to leave, you just call us up or you go to cancelprogram.com. We even set up a website for it. Mm-hmm. And you just cancel. And you're not billed anymore. Your information's purged from our system. And we go about our ways. We're still friends, but we part ways. Some people come back too. Yeah, they feel like they're not growing anymore by themselves. Mm-hmm. They come back months later.
Right.
And
different circumstances for different people, but a lot of people do come back.
So Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Discover. You can have a family member do it. You give them the money. That's probably the best bet if you don't have that form of payment. Any other questions here? Oh, they want to know the organ lessons, how they work. Do you teach the organ?
Oh, no, we have a special organist. He actually has done gospel keys 350 and 450.
Our organ course.
Yes, our organ course, and a phenomenal organist. Great mind when it comes down to explaining things and everything. So definitely, if you're looking to play the organ too as well, we have that for you too as well.
Let me see. I saw something. Are there any other payment arrangements like annual? You guys have annual?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yep. There's different payment options for those of you who want to save money. The more you actually pay up front, the more you save. So if you want to do 3 months at a time, then you're going to save some money. If you want to do a year at a time,
you save even more.
You save even more. And then some people do the lifetime membership, which means you're basically paying for 2 years up front, but you never have to pay for it again. And the people that have really seen this value are the people that have been with us since the very beginning. We have people that have been with us since the beginning of this situation. And when we introduced the lifetime membership, it was something that changed a lot of people's lives because they never planned on actually ever leaving. So the lifetime membership gave them the opportunity to save their money and still become a member for life and never have to pay again.
Yep. Somebody said they will join right now if we have Bless the Lord in there by Anthony Brown. Do we have that?
Oh, yeah, we got that for sure.
So you saying you going to join. If I show you right now, show me.
Put up or shut up.
So my grandma said, you said we have that in there? Mm-hmm. What is it? Bless the Lord? Let me see. Okay. Because JP's, I don't know all the things. We have a lot of it. We have I will bless the Lord, bless the Lord, bless the Lord with me, come bless the Lord with me, and bless the Lord part 1, part 2.
It's probably part 1, part 2.
Okay.
Oh, no, that's not it.
That's not it?
Man, we got so many. I mean, that just goes to show you that there's so many bless the Lords, but we hit all of them.
We did.
We hit all of
Oh,
them.
there it is. Anthony Brown. It's funny because I typed "Bless the Lord" again, then a different search came up.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't know. But if I type that one in, and let me see.
Starts with a guitar. Yeah, that's it.
That's the one.
And that's the backing track. You guys get the backing track to practice with too as well. That's a long intro though.
Yeah, he's just sitting there, y'all. Oh, they see it. What key do you think it's in? Hint, it's the note he's playing. I'm gonna fast forward because all you doing is hitting D. Oh, there it is. Oh, I like that. I can see why that person you want to learn that, because there's a lot of hits and stuff in there, and things that JP breaks down flawlessly. All right. And we'll be in the chat room too a little bit after this, but there should be the button up. Come on and join us in there. If you can't do 3 months, at least do 1 month and come in there and hang out with us for a month. And it's your decision if you want to go beyond that. Hang out with us for a quarter, and you can go quarter to quarter. Hang out with us for a year. And for some of y'all, just a tiny bit, invite only. You know, we get on the phone with you, and we see if the lifetime is an option for you as well, because that might be something. You're a lifetime kind of person. We call them lifers. So beginners, hopefully you found this time well worth it. I think we covered a lot. Yeah, I think we gave good info. Even if you're like, Jermaine, I can't join. I'm not joining right now. You got a lot of information from this. And if we got a workbook, we'll probably email it to you, or those guys, I don't know if they have access to it. Should have asked them before we started, but they might put it in the chat room right now, and you'll be able to see that. But thank you guys for joining us. I have fun. I always have fun when I do these things with JP. As you can say, we compliment each other, and we try to bring you the best experience ever.
Yes, sir.
See us in the GMTC.
See you there.
Yeah. All right, guys. So we're going to be signing off, and see you next time. Take care. And remember, if you can hear it,
you can play it.